In today's learning video, we're breaking down 4 essential access control concepts: authentication, authorization, need to know, and least privilege. And we'll understand them using a simple example. Authentication: who are you? Authentication is the process of verifying identity. Before you get access to anything, the system must confirm that you are really you. Think of it as the security guard at a building entrance checking your identity. Examples include entering your username and password, scanning your fingerprint on your phone, using an OTP received on your device, a soldier scanning their military ID at a secure facility gate. All these methods answer one question: are you the person you claim to be? Authorization: what are you allowed to do? Once your identity is confirmed, the next question is, what can you access? This is authorization, deciding what actions or resources the authenticated user is permitted to use. Examples include: you can access your own email inbox, not someone else's. An employee can log into the system but only admins can change settings. A user may view files but not modify or delete them. A soldier may enter the base but only officers can access the command center. So remember: authentication checks identity. Authorization checks permissions. 3-step flow. Let's break down how secure access works in any system, in 3 simple steps. Step 1, authentication: who are you? The first step is authentication. This is where the system verifies your identity. You enter your username and password, scan your fingerprint, or use an OTP. The goal here is simple: prove that you are who you claim to be. Step 2, authorization: what can you do? Once you're authenticated, the next step is authorization. Now the system decides what you are allowed to access. Maybe you can open your mailbox, view certain files, or access an admin dashboard, depending on your permissions. Authorization ensures each user only gets the level of access they're meant to have. Result: access granted. If both authentication and authorization checks are successful, access is granted. You're now inside the system, but only within the scope of the permissions assigned to you. Think of it like entering a building with your ID, but only being able to unlock the rooms you're authorized for. Now let's go one level deeper inside authorization, because authorization isn't just one thing. It actually has 2 important layers: need to know and least privilege. Need to know: what data should you see? Need to know controls information visibility. Even if you're allowed into the system, you should only see the specific data required for your job. For example, a nurse might be fully authorized to use the hospital system. But she only sees patient records from Ward A, not Ward B or Ward C. This keeps sensitive information compartmentalized and tightly controlled. Least privilege: what actions can you perform? Least privilege, on the other hand, limits what actions a user can perform. A nurse might be able to view and update vitals. But she cannot delete records, discharge patients, or modify billing details. She gets just enough permissions to do her job, nothing more. This reduces risks and keeps systems safe even if an account is misused or compromised. So in simple terms, need to know controls what data you see. Least privilege controls what actions you do. Let's take an example to help understand the difference. First, authentication: prove who you are. Imagine you are entering a military base. At the gate, the guard checks your ID card, scans your fingerprint, or verifies your access badge. This step answers one question: are you really who you claim to be? That's authentication. Authorization: what are you allowed to access? Once your identity is verified, the system checks your clearance level. Maybe you have secret clearance but not top secret. This determines which buildings, systems, or documents can this person access. That's authorization. Need to know: do you need this specific information? Even if you have secret clearance, you can only access intel related to your mission. Example: You may have clearance to view classified documents. But you can only see Project S if you are actually part of Project S. This concept prevents unnecessary exposure of sensitive information. You get access only if you need it for your role. That's need to know. Least privilege, give only the minimum required power. Now consider system permissions. Even if you are part of Operation Falcon, you might only have read access to mission briefings, update access to your own reports, and no permission to delete mission logs or approve operations. This keeps the environment safe, even if your account is compromised. You get only the minimum permissions needed to complete your job. That's least privilege. Let's connect the dots. Authentication, the guard checks your ID, you are who you say you are. Authorization, you have secret clearance, you may enter certain buildings. Need to know, only those involved in Operation Falcon can view its mission files. Least privilege, even in the operation, your account can only read files, not delete them. Here's a quick snapshot of the core access control concepts. Authentication verifies who you are, authorization defines what you can do, and within that, need to know controls what data you see, while least privilege limits what actions you can perform. Think of it as identity first, permissions second, and then two layers of control, one for information visibility and one for allowed actions, to keep security tight and precise. So when you look at these relationships together, the picture becomes clear. Authentication confirms who the user is. Authorization then decides what they're allowed to do. And inside that, need to know limits what information they can see, while least privilege restricts what actions they can perform. These layers work together like a security chain, each one reinforcing the next.